Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you what's unfolding right now in Washington. President Donald Trump has fired a massive shot across the bow of the world's biggest tech giants. He's not just talking, he's threatening to impose a 25% tariff by the end of June on all cell phones made outside the United States. Yes, you heard that right, 25%. This isn't just a casual mention, this is a direct threat aimed at Apple, Samsung, and every other manufacturer building devices abroad. Trump's frustration with Apple has been simmering for a long time. On May 23, he took to social media, blasting Apple for making more than half its iPhones in India. Why India? Because Apple CEO Tim Cook had made it clear on a recent earnings call that shifting production to India helped avoid higher tariffs on Chinese goods. Cook proudly pointed out that Vietnam will soon be the country of origin for almost all iPads, Macs, Apple Watches, and AirPods. But Trump wasn't having it. Later that very day, while facing reporters in the White House, he didn't hold back. He expanded his threat beyond Apple, calling out Samsung and every other company daring to build phones outside American soil. It would also be Samsung and anybody that makes that product, otherwise it wouldn't be fair, Trump said, standing firm in the Oval Office. I think we'll have that appropriately done at the end of June. For Trump, tariffs aren't just economic tools, they're the backbone of his manufacturing vision. His agenda has consistently been about pressuring companies to bring jobs and factories back to the United States. When they build their plant here, there is no tariff, so they're going to be building plants here, Trump declared confidently. And just to add a dramatic touch, his own Apple cell phone rang twice on his desk while he took questions from reporters. Earlier that same day, Trump made it even more personal on social media. I have long ago informed Tim Cook of Apple that I expect their iPhones that will be sold in the United States of America will be manufactured and built in the United States, not India, or anyplace else, Trump posted. His message was crystal clear: if that is not the case, a tariff of at least 25% must be paid by Apple to the US. Apple, so far, has stayed quiet, no immediate response to requests for comment. But they can't ignore the elephant in the room. Cook had already said on May 1 that tariffs were projected to add $900 million to Apple's costs in the April-June quarter alone. Yet Trump's latest remarks raise the stakes even higher. It's no longer just about avoiding Chinese tariffs, it's about avoiding tariffs on any foreign-made devices. Let's not forget, back in February, Cook had made headlines by announcing Apple's plan to invest $500 billion in the United States and create 20,000 jobs over 4 years. That was supposed to be part of what Trump has celebrated as trillions of dollars in investments returning to America to dodge tariffs. But now, with this new threat, it seems Trump wants even more. Imagine the global ripple effects if Trump follows through. Apple isn't just a tech company, it's an icon, a symbol of innovation, with a vast, complex global supply chain. Samsung, too, stands as one of the biggest players in the smartphone market. The potential 25% tariff would shake not only their bottom lines but also consumer prices, stock markets, and international trade relations. Trump's aggressive stance comes at a time when the U.S. economy is already navigating inflation concerns, shifting supply chains, and geopolitical tensions. Yet, he's doubling down, aiming to pressure companies to invest domestically. For Trump, the message is simple: if you want to sell to Americans, you'd better make it in America. In many ways, this isn't surprising. Trump has always made America first the centerpiece of his rhetoric. He's long criticized companies that build overseas while reaping profits from U.S. consumers. His push for tariffs has already reshaped the landscape for industries from steel to agriculture. But going after Apple and Samsung directly, that's taking the fight to a whole new level. The broader question now is, will these companies cave to Trump's demands, or will they resist and absorb the costs? Will they shift production to U.S. soil, knowing it could take years and billions of dollars to realign their operations? Or will they gamble on political winds shifting after the next election cycle? This moment marks a critical inflection point. Tim Cook and other CEOs face hard decisions, balancing global strategies against a president determined to make U.S. manufacturing the centerpiece of tech production. Meanwhile, Trump's supporters see this as a bold move to protect American workers, while critics warn of higher consumer prices and potential trade wars. Whatever comes next, make no mistake, this is a showdown with enormous stakes. It's not just about phones, it's about the future of global manufacturing, the power of presidential tariffs, and the tug of war between corporate giants and political leaders. The world is watching, the markets are watching, and every American holding an iPhone or Galaxy in their hand will soon feel the impact. Stay tuned.